Hi all, welcome back to the YouTube channel. Let's start rebooting work using UiPath. In today's session, we are going to discuss about in process. So already we have configured our init initialization state, then get transaction state, and then process transaction. So we have to configure our end process now. So what mean by end process? So end process, which is used to end your process, which used to close all the things which you have opened for a process automation. So if you are facing any exception, system exception, so automatically it will go to the end process state. So if you does not have any data to process from the queue, in those state also you will be moved to the end process state. So let me double click on end process state. Just go inside this one. This open workflow. So what we have to configure in process state. So let me open the ACME site now. So in ACM side, you will be doing all the operations, right? So once you don't have any data to process during those phase, what you have to do, you have to gently close the application. You have to log out and then you have to close the entire applications. So let me go to the work items. Inside this work item, so it will be in, like any WID items, right? So what you can do now, let's go to the activities. First of all, just try to log out here. This one. Check for the activity, close. So before close, just check for the click activity, which helps us to log out. Just indicate, just try to indicate and then log out. Yeah, I just clicked on indicate. Let's wait for some times. Okay, yeah, it's there. Just click on log out and just check select once. Yeah, it sounds perfect now. So if you don't want this particular parent ID, you can just turn off this one. So because it may be the particular element selector. Okay, then yeah, just click on OK, save. And then the next thing, so you have to close the entire browser, right? So once it got logged out, so you have to close this window, or like you can close this entire Chrome application as well. You can do either things. So if you want to close, just check for the close. So you have a several options, which is close application, which help you to close the entire Chrome application, or like close tab or close window. So either things works here. Let me drag the close window. Yep, I highlighted that. Just save once. Yeah, it's done. Right, it's done. So you have just closed down and then you are closing your entire Chrome pages. So using the close windows. Just save this one and click on close. So what is actually in the catch block? So let me revisit here. So here you can see something called a skill process, which you already used in the initialization. So you have to pass the parameter. So the same workflow file has been used in the catch block as well. So you can see once I entered into the open workflow, you can see the same flow which we have developed in the initialization state. Right, same, right? Yeah, perfect. So what you can do now here, just pass the parameter here. So just go here, go to the initialization state. Otherwise, you have to open the config and check once. Okay, so either way works. Let me open, click on import arguments. So copy this one, cancel, just go to the end process now. So in end process, under the catch block, just provide this value. Go to the catch block, just provide this value. Perfect, click on close. Okay, save. Yeah. So your process done now. So we have done our process entirely. So you can just rename your process, which is ACME, work items, and then description. So you can provide the description. So what you can do, description. So we need to extract the data of W5 items client. Sounds cool. Yeah, so you can provide the additional information, so which is who is the author, who is the creator, so those things you can mention here. So let me provide my name. Okay, yeah, so sounds perfect, right? So likewise, you can provide all the naming. So even like once you enter in the all XAML file, so I didn't make some annotation over there. Okay, you can make the annotations which actually make sense over there. So let me save this process and let me run this once so that we can check how it runs. Save, run. So we have created our entire process, which is initialization, get transaction state, and then process transaction, end process. So we have built all those things. So we are just trying to run. So it should work as expected. So if not, then we are going to make a fine tune over there. So let's wait for some time so that it gets started. It started the process. It's in the initialization state. Let's wait for some time so that it will move to the kill process. It will try to kill. Yeah, killing the process, opening application. Okay, it's opening the SHA on side first, and ACME on the next. Okay, it should open the ACME now. Yeah, it's opening the ACME and it should log in. It should navigate to the work item. So with the help of credential workflow file, it was getting the credential and getting logged in here. It's clicked on login. Once it logged in, so it should land on the work items. So from the work items, so it will process or get transaction data, which help you to get the transaction item from the queue. So it started getting the transaction item from the queue. So and started to inject each and every data item, so work items. So it has injected the first work item. So it will be started extracting. So it has extracted very much fast. So click on hash, just copy the SHA-1 value. It jump back to the particular page over there, so which is ACME. So we have provided a delay over here, right? So until the page loaded. So that's why it was waiting until the page get loaded. So it will move to the ACME site now. Click on the work item. So it will provide the particular commands in the add item. So it will mark it completed. Yeah, it's updated. Cool, right? So it has updated everything. So sounds perfect. Yeah. So it will take the next transaction. Likewise, it will start picking each and every transaction and get processed. Here you can see something called it is try to pick the next transaction item. It got the next transaction item, it started extracting. So it went to the SHA and said, okay, so what is the issue we are facing here? So we didn't provide the empty item here. Okay, so that's why it is pasting the entire value. It was just overwriting. Okay, so what you can do, we can stop the workflow here. So what you have to do? So we have to make this field as empty before entering, right? So you have to take concern on this one. So just go to the process workflow. Just go inside this particular, yeah, ASCII. Let's go here, ASCII values. Just click on this particular thing. Yeah, type into. So in type into, just mark this empty field. Perfect. So and one more thing, what you can do. So we have made this as complete. So we can just make it as none only. Because I guess I don't need much delay. I guess. Save and then save. Okay, perfect. So what you can do, we can just run the transaction once again. Okay. Just click on logout. You can try to run once again. Each and everything. Let me close this one. Let me save and let me debug once again. So that is the only changes which need to be taken care. I guess apart from that, it is working fine. So we'll help you to run on at least a two transactions so that you can get a clear idea. So it's working fine. So it started opening the application now. So let's wait for some time. So it's launched the SHA-1 site. So now we have just made a correction, so which is the particular text box, so which where we are typing. So we have marked the empty field as yes now. So I guess now the issue will be not happening once again. Let's wait for some time so that ACM site get logged in. Oh here, yeah, it will start logging. Yeah, so it is entering my credentials. Just click on login, so it will click on the work items. So once it is landed on the particular page, it will start getting the item from the queue. So like what actually in background it will be working. So it has once it has picked the transaction, it is performed some action. The particular transaction item will be marked as a successful one. Okay. So until unless if you're facing some exception, okay. So on during those phase it will be business exception or application exception. So if something which is issue in the OS, so like it was not opening able to open the OS system, or it was not able to open the application which you needed, in during those phase we'll be facing application exception. So some data corrupt, so for an example the extraction data which you are doing, so in those phase it will be business exception. So I guess we are not facing any exception, so we have just pasted our values and just we got our ASCII value, so we are good with this now. So once it has added the command, so it will make this completed. So click on the work item, yeah, it's updated. This clicked on the OK button now. It clicked on close. So it will try to extract the next item now. Let's wait for some time so that it will pick the second item. Yeah, it started picking the second item, so which is Italy, yeah, country Italy, and curly, the client name. Yeah, so now it has cleared, right? So it has cleared, and then it has entered the entire values, written the hash key value, yeah, SHA-1. So it has copied the hash key value now. It will jump back to the ACM site now, and it will start updating it. So the same process will repeat for the 11 work items. So here we will be updating our add comments, which is hash key value. Yeah, so we are clicked on update work items. Yeah, so it is updated. Then it close. So likewise, it will be keep on repeated for the all 11 items. So let me stop it voluntary. I guess you were very clear about this process, right? So how it works. So let's go to the queue now and show you the transaction items over there. Let go to the UiPath queues, orchestrator. So in meanwhile, let me go to the work items and show you it will be marked as a completed one, some of the items. So you can see this particular item has been completed, right? And the next one, let go to the second page. So this is not completed, since we have in between we have stopped, right? So this particular transaction is put in the in progress state. Let's go to the third one. So it will be completed. Let's go there. Yeah, it's completed. So we can check once. Just click on the zoom button, search button, sorry. Just click here, just click on work items so that you can see your ASCII value over there. See, you added the ASCII value as comment. So likewise, it is keep on working. So we can just go to the orchestrator. So in queues, we can check. So what are the transaction item has been successful and which has not successful. Even you can check on the first item as well. Let's wait for the queue orchestrator to get loaded once. So in first one also it has completed. Let's click here. You can see the ASCII value. Just click on work item. Yeah, see, you can see the hash key values. My orchestrator got loaded. Let me click on queues. So here you can see something called as 10 items remaining and 1 items in progress. So which we have terminated. So just click on view transaction. The second transaction which picked with the bot, it should be in progress. Okay, so other item should be completed. Yeah, see the second item. So because we have stopped in between, so since it is keep on entering the same values in this particular SHA on site, right? That's why we have explicitly we have stopped it. So that's why it is stuck in the in progress state. So other items, so you can see the first item got successful, and the third, and then fourth. So like in the fifth item, so we have stopped since we was going to do the repetitive actions actually. So we can see something called as successful in progress. So the state is also working here, right? So likewise, it will be keep on marked. So when the item is successful, it will be marked as successful. If it is facing an exception, it will be marked as a business exception or application exception according to the exceptions. I hope you will be very clear about the process, how the init works, how the get transaction, the process transaction, and the end process, how to use the RE framework so in the entire way so that we can get good idea on this. I hope you get good ideas and insights how to utilize the RE